Hey, I'm angry about the fact that so many old people are running things. You know, when I was growing up, there was a saying that said, don't trust anybody over 35. I think if you look back to the heady days of the hippie times, those were widely held sentiments. And yet here we are, where those same people are enthusiastic about a guy who's almost 80 years old. Joe Biden is 79 years old. And not only is he 79 years old, he's obviously suffering from dementia. I mean, even his fans have to admit that the guy cannot, I hate to think what a debate with Joe Biden will be like for those who love Joe Biden. I mean, it was fun/bad enough seeing Robert Mueller doddering through his testimony, seeing Biden in a debate against somebody who's free with insults and dancing around like Donald Trump. Oh my God, it's going to be a spectacle. It may even achieve higher ratings than the Super Bowl. But the fact is, this is the guy who's been nominated, a 79-year-old man who is obviously in the grip of dementia. I don't take any great joy from seeing his infirmity. I mean, both of my parents were in their 80s. My mother's still alive. My dad actually did suffer from dementia. Neither of them should be driving. They certainly shouldn't be running a country, and neither should Joe Biden. Talking about old people, why is it not required? I mean, we ask these politicians to release their tax returns. Let's have them release what medications they're on. I mean, if somebody's on medication for schizophrenia and they're running for public office, shouldn't we know that? I mean, I guess the ADA does protect you to some extent from having to disclose these infirmities, but if somebody's running for office, I believe we have a right to know. There was a story months ago about the pharmacy in Congress and that they actually are dispensing Alzheimer's drugs. That means that members of Congress, some members of Congress, probably several members of Congress, and I'm sure all of us have our favorites as to who they are, have Alzheimer's, have a mental degenerative disease. These people are making decisions. Let's talk about the Supreme Court. For life? Seriously? I mean, you're old, infirm. It's up to you to decide when you retire. I mean, when I was growing up, Walter Cronkite was forced to retire at 65. That sounds almost quaint. I mean, 65 is the new 25 or some ridiculous nonsense today. What about all you young kids? You've been totally screwed by my generation. I mean, we didn't have college debt when we left college. We didn't have trillions of dollars of debt that our country that we were proud of would have to repay. And that repayment comes from us, from the taxpayer. Where do you think the government gets the money from? I guess it can print it, make it, summon it out of thin air, but ultimately that money is going to be paid by us. And even worse, not us, our kids, our grandkids, their kids. I mean, how is it that the old people are running the world? The last time they tried to rein in the benefits to the elderly, Social Security, Dan Rostenkowski out of Chicago was in charge of the House, and the seniors chased him in his limousine, smacking it with canes. I mean, it was like a Saturday Night Live skit. The seniors are the biggest lobby in this country. Nothing can be done to stop the seniors. How come you young guys aren't joining together as a group and tossing these old guys out? Old guys and girls, let's be equal about it. When did we start trusting old people? I mean, Roger Waters had a great line in one of his songs, that when you get old, the toothless get ruthless. And I do think there's something to that. When you're old and you're not going to suffer the consequences of your action, my generation and the generation that came before me has totally screwed things up. You guys should not trust us. There's huge debt. All of my medical bills are paid for. My parents both had heart operations. Thank you for that. They couldn't have afforded it themselves. When are you guys going to stop this madness? There isn't infinite money to be funneled to the elderly. There isn't the ability to shut the entire economy to protect the elderly who might become ill. There's a bigger picture to look at. You guys are listening to 79-year-olds on what's best for you and you're 20? What the hell do they know about what's best for you? When they were your age, it was a previous century. Their parents had just gotten television. Have you seen these people? They don't even know how to operate a smartphone. And you're trusting them? Listen to them. Pay attention and wake up.